What's up, everybody? Welcome to the WardCast. Every Saturday, we're here live for your viewing or listening pleasure to talk about what matters most: video game news, machinima, survival horror, and just games in general. I'm your host, Sean Clark. With me today is Alec Funnel
Hi.
and nobody else. It's just us on our lonesome. It's so sad. Welcome on into the show, everybody. Things have been a little all over the place lately with the podcast panel, and Alec, you've been taking over with the news while I do machinima. And doing machinima has also been kind of impacting my ability to stay on top of the podcast and manage like panelists and things like that. So it's been a little chaotic over here at the WordCast. So
We're recruiting.
yeah, I don't know about that. Maybe. But yeah, rest assured, things will get back to a more regular rhythm soon. But in the meantime, yeah, it's a little weird over here. um, but yeah, big thanks to Alec for oh,
Just go
for for helping out with the news. You're doing a good job putting the news together. So thank you. You're a legend. I appreciate it. And then big thanks to the viewers for their patience and understanding. Your support is really appreciated. So, yeah, we'll get our shit together one day. The channel will also additionally see shakeups down the road because we've talked about things like, the impact of the game industry and what the future looks like in terms of like the news and kind of what we're going to talk about on the show and whatnot. So things will probably be changing down the road in terms of like what the podcast looks like. That's pretty far off in the future. We still got a good year before that's really gonna, I don't know, maybe 6 months to a year where that'll start to impact us and what we talk about and stuff like that. But yeah, it'll be an interesting future to see what things look like down the road. But I think it's going to be a change for the better. It'll be good. It'll be good. But yeah, in the meantime, me working on all this machinima stuff has kind of reignited my fire and my passion for doing that. Not that it really went away, but just kind of being like neck deep in it every day for months at a time is really, I don't know, it just kind of
chip it
brought me
away.
back to good times. I missed it. I missed machinima. And just between that and doing my weekly research of like other channels to feature and stuff like that, I'm just very excited and passionate about machinima. And you're going to be seeing a lot more of that on the channel as well. So that's very exciting for me. Hopefully for you guys as well. A lot going on behind the scenes. All right, let's not the curtain, the scenes.
That's a scene.
It could be. All right, before we get into things, where's my thingy? This
Between your
Lee.
legs.
No, not that one. Lee, thank you so much for the 420. Was the 420 intentional? Is there a double meaning there, Lee?
I mean, it could be.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
if anyone's done 420, it'd be probably me.
Maybe he did it in your honor. And for Pikachu, because he wants to see Pikachu die, and for ice cream as well. So yeah. In the name of Pikachu and ice cream.
So look, Pikachu.
No. You look. You look.
Huh?
No.
How about you take this instead? Stupid piece of shit. Thanks.
Help me, please!
Yoko, please. Did he watch? Did he enjoy it?
No, I mean, he's dead inside.
You can't protect him from the world, Alec.
I just realised, because this is the one that Jazz bought me, I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
But you look from behind, it's like it's really in an awkward position.
Yeah, it's a little questionable. No,
Um,
Alec, no. That's not the intended purpose.
It might
Don't do
revive him.
Don't do it. All right, let's get into the show. This week we're talking about Palworld staying consumer friendly as it exits early access. Switch 2 gets a co-op horror title, and the old PS1 game Trag is being revived for some reason. We have a machinima showcase featuring a machinima, an animation, and a short video doc on the machinima genre. We're probably going to skip game week or games this week because it's just us, and that's not going to be fun. So we'll skip that and we'll get right into read your comments and we'll wrap it up. Hello, survival horror fan, welcome. But yeah, first let's do the usual. Let's get into our weeks. How was your week, Alec?
Well, I've been a bit busy. So me and my partner, he's been trying to show me Persona 3, because he says I should get into Persona. So we're
That doesn't seem like a
now,
franchise you would like.
yeah, I think I discovered something, and I'm just like, okay, but I've gotten this far into it, like because there's 256 floors to climb up in a tower, kind of thing. And I think we're now on 240 odd, so we're nearly done. So, but yeah, he's been showing me all the extra filler bits you can do, and I'm just like, my God. And so every time he completes one, he's asking me, so what do you think of that? I'm like, you don't want to know. You really don't want to know. I'm trying to look at it as like, okay, it was a PS2 era game, and I can understand the appeal, but to me, it's just like, probably it's a bit worse for me because all I'm doing is just watching. But yeah, it's very point and clicky kind of things. Like, okay, talk to this person for a little while, and then go over here and have another pointless conversation. I'm like, all right. And, throughout the game, he's been asking me, so what do you think the theme is? So I'm just like,
Talking. That's the theme.
And I won't give it away to people who haven't played it. But let's just say I guessed a few things, and looks like I was right. So yeah, but never mind. Apparently, it's better than Persona 4, maybe 5. So hey ho.
A lot of people liked 4. I thought that was kind of the fan favorite.
Yeah, I was looking in when I was researching the news. There was something about Persona 4, its revival thing on. The director wants to change like Usake, because apparently he's a little bit homophobic. So I was like, all right, let's find this homophobic thing on YouTube, and I was watching it, and I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't say it was too bad, like, but then again, I remember it was like, this is the time when people get offended by the word hello, so
Yeah.
yeah, so I'm like, all right, whatever. So yeah, it is what it is. Sadly, these days.
Yeah.
Hopefully, the backlash things will turn around. But, yeah.
We can only hope.
Yeah. I played new to me a demo on Steam called Albatross. You play as this girl called Isla. Isla has become bored of the city 9 to 5 life and went off to become a backpacker with her car. First scene, you drive around in your car around some scenery, and you can be a total idiot and just drive off the road and a mountain and a cliff. So of course I did these things just to find out what would happen.
Of course.
Yeah. It's quite funny because there's the background song called like Driving on the Road. And it's just like, I'm driving off the road. But yeah, it's a semi kind of interesting thing. You have to worry about your health, how much hunger you're at, all the usual things you have to consider. So yeah, it's a bit. I was kind of thinking of it and like, okay, so it's a bit like Life is Strange, just with the kind of scenery and like the music. It kind of gave me Life is Strange vibes, but with more to do, more to worry about, kind of thing. So I don't think the story is anything to do with Life is Strange. You don't suddenly have powers, but yeah, no, just kind of gave me them vibes. So I think it's relatively cheap, so I might get it if it's on sale. Might not.
Nice.
Yeah.
Take it or leave it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Other than that, I did start watching something on Netflix. I haven't finished it yet, but I got up to 6 episodes of Reality Z. So, um, it's about a zombie outbreak, and while that's going on, there's a bunch of celebrities in a kind of like Big Brother style um, house that they all live in for a couple of months, but they can't talk to the outside world, so they don't know what's going on. And of course, the zombie outbreak happens, and the producer, one of the producers of the show, comes in after realizing what's the outbreak is going on. Oh, thanks for survival horror. I just looked at the comment as well. So it comes in and it's just like, oh, okay. And what I like about it, without giving away too much spoilers into it, it's like there's 10 episodes and there's episode 6, and like it's completely flipped what's, because all the main casts that you first encounter, something happens to them, and then you're going off with the B scenario. I'm like, oh, okay. So, yeah. I'll be interested in carry on watching it. I've been watching a lot of foreign zombie stuff. It just seems to endlessly appear on my Netflix for some reason. So
Well, you
yeah,
you triggered the algorithm. You watched one, and now
yeah,
it's like here's more and more and more.
yeah. I mean, I still waiting for season 2 of We Are Dead or something or other.
I've been waiting for that for like 4 years.
Yeah,
God damn it! I like that show a lot, and it's like never coming.
I swear I started watching it when I was still with ex partner, and it's like that was like 3-4 years ago. So
It's
like
been a while.
it's like, are they just waiting to get these same voice actors to translate, or I don't know.
No
But yeah,
idea. They need to hurry up
yeah,
though.
yeah. Yeah. Other than that, uh, I've noticed that my medication wise, it's actually starting to kick in. Um, so I've noticed I'm in a lot less pain than I was. It's only today that I've noticed, oh, suddenly my arm hurts and suddenly my leg hurts. That hasn't hurt for a best part of like 3 weeks. So I'm like, oh, must be something to do with the medication. So something's
That's
working.
good. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
good.
yeah. Other than that, it's just been a funny old week of being in England, really. 'Cause, yeah, without getting political, it's just like, okay, not good. But hey,
Yeah.
Sean, how was
Thank God we're
how
not a
was
political podcast because I'd fucking lose my shit.
how was
My
July
week.
4th?
It was good. I missed the fireworks. I was watching a movie and looked at the time and it was like, oh, oops. But yeah, it was fine. Um, yeah, I didn't really play a whole lot. I played a little bit of Portal 2 randomly, and God, I don't even remember when that game came out, but I haven't played it since it like came out, and I started it up and I'm like, I don't remember fucking any of this game at all. Like the entire intro sequence was like brand new to me. Like I had never played it before, but I had. So that was interesting. And then the usual RE5, more of that, of course. No new games. I all week, like I kept telling myself, like I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna set aside a chunk of time. I'm gonna play a new game. I'm gonna do it every fucking day. I'm like, I have this mentality, and I'm like telling this to myself, and it just doesn't happen. Like I think the only way I can do it is if I like take a physical game and put it like on my keyboard at my computer is like the only way that I'm gonna do it, and even that's kind of questionable. um, and I was thinking, like, I guess I should probably just start attacking my PlayStation digital library, like all the free games that
Mhm.
I got with PS Plus, because as soon as I cancel, which you bet your ass I'm going to be canceling that, like as soon as I cancel that, they're all gone. And it made me think too, like a lot of people don't even think about that. Like, I mean, it wasn't even really on my mind. Like, I knew that this was the case, but like your typical person isn't kind of thinking about that. But it's like, oh, it seems like there's all this value. Like I'm paying for PlayStation Plus, and you're basically they already have kind of a Netflix for games kind of ecosystem there with PlayStation Plus, because like you're grooming people to kind of go through the motions and expectations of like, okay, well, every month I get new games and I'm building up this library, and like before you know it, a couple of years have passed, and it's like you feel like, oh, look at all this value that I'm getting. Like, look, I have like 40 games at this point. This is amazing. But the moment you drop that PS Plus, gone. And like for now, that's just a PS Plus free games problem, but that will be the future down the road, where it's like the games that you're buying for $80 a pop, and you build up 40 of those games. Like eventually they're going to be able to, and will do that for your paid library, where it's just like, oh, well, we're switching to PS8 or 9 or whatever the fuck, boom, your library's gone. So like, get ready for that. But yeah, it's just like it's not something most people even really think about until it's like right in your face and it becomes a problem. But yeah, it's a problem and it's there. But the moral of the story is eventually I will play a new game. I'm trying. I'm getting there. I freaked out earlier because I walked by one of my game cases that hold like a lot of my like collection gems, like my like rare stuff and like my survival horror collection, stuff like that, and like low print games and things like that. And I walked by my shelving unit, and like it's 4 glass shelves, and like
Ooh.
all the shelves were like that. And I'm like, I just kind of at a glance, I'm like, my games looked crooked, and I'm like, the fuck is going on there? And I looked a little bit closer, and all of the shelves, like I must have bumped the entire shelving unit or something, because they all just fucking slipped off the track. So like all the pressure of all the games and shit were like on on the stuff on the lower shelf, crushing them. So I don't know when that happened, but thank God that I noticed, because I saw that. I'm like, holy shit, did I just break a bunch of like expensive things and not realize it? Everything was okay, but it just freaked me out, and I'm lucky that I happened to notice that, because if given enough time, like the weight would have damaged the stuff on the lower shelves, and I lucked out, I guess. But it almost gave me a heart attack. So that was fun. um,
That made Did that make you check everything else you have in your collection? It's like, all right,
no,
good,
because
good.
that just happened today before the podcast, and like I took like it took me like an hour to pull everything out of that cabinet just to fix the issue. Like I still have to put it all back. But yes, now I'm like, oh my God, I need to look at my shit and make sure there's no other problems going on. So yeah, that's fun. That's the downside to physical right there. But it's a small price to pay. You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have chosen a glass panel, but yeah, it's
Well,
around.
I mean, I picked that because it was like it's cool. It looks nice. It's all clear, so it's like a showpiece, so you can like see everything in the cabinet rather than just like a bookcase or something, which is most of what I have to hold all my games and stuff. It's just that's just supposed to be like, hey, look at all the cool like highlights of my collection. They all go here, and that makes more sense in a glass cabinet. But it just IKEA's garbage. Like fuck them, because they should have designed that in a way that can't happen. Like it's not that difficult. All they had to do is put a couple of like clips in there that like pinch the glass shelf, and you're done. But they just it's a square fucking glass piece that sits on 2 like metal rods, and there's enough wiggle room in there that it can just slip and fall. Like what? Just make the glass piece longer. Like there's so many solutions that they could have done to protect the shit that you put in that cabinet, but they were just like, nah, fuck it. So fuck IKEA. They're garbage.
Oh, I like their balls though.
Excuse me. Yeah,
Their
they're meatballs
meatballs.
or whatever. Yeah, I've heard
Yeah.
about that. I've never had them. I've only been to IKEA like twice in my life. I'm not a big fan, obviously. But yeah, yes, Shayla,
Um,
Portal 2 is amazing.
where the fuck are you, Shayla?
Yeah,
Come
what the
on.
fuck? How dare you, traitor? What were you gonna say?
uh, yeah, I was gonna say, since I actually quite like going to IKEA. It's just fun just to get lost, and since that game about the horror thing being stuck in IKEA, I was like, I really have to play that one day. But yeah, I actually just looked down and like, oh yeah, I forgot I was showing her. So you finished off.
Yeah, IKEA. I don't like it. it could easily be like the setting for a horror movie or a horror game or whatever. It's like it's a big maze, and there's like arrows trying to direct you in all these fucking different directions, and I don't like it. I'm not a fan. I got lost there. And if you're like there trying to find something specific, like when I got those that shitty shelf that I was talking about, like I looked at it online. So I picked it out first, and when I went there, I had a purpose. Like I'm trying to find this one item in this massive fucking labyrinth of furniture, and even with the map and these directional waypoints and shit like that, I needed yellow paint because I could not fucking find it. It took me so long to eventually find that stupid shelf. But yeah.
Don't you have sat nav on your phone?
Have what?
Sat nav?
I don't even know what that is. So no.
Like GPS. GPS
I mean,
on your
there's
phone,
a GPS. There's not a GPS map inside of IKEA that I'm aware of.
I think there should be.
Maybe they have an app. Who knows? If they don't, they should get one. But yeah, I'm not a fan. Yeah, and then I also went down the machinima rabbit hole this week while looking for a machinima for the showcase. I found a few communities that have some potential to find like new projects that we can showcase on the podcast, and potential collaborations, and a lot of like built-in voice actor communities within that community. So it's like more like new pools of talent that I can potentially tap into. So yeah, just a lot of cool, interesting things that might make my life a little bit easier down the road. And yeah, it's cool. I'm always excited to see what the fuck, Alec. I'm always excited to find new content creators and voice actors and stuff like that. So it's kind of exciting to find new communities of that. And just through my whole like resparking machinima days, I ended up rewatching the episode 13 live stream that we did a while back. That was a lot of fun. I just watched like the episode 13 portion, and yeah, that was a really cool video. It was a good time doing that, and just kind of gave me some extra motivation, and it hit me in the feels. It was such a moment, getting after all that time, getting to the end of that road of completing season 1 of Duel was like such a cool thing, and the way that we ended it with, making it a community event was so cool. And it's something that I want to bring back for season 2, where I mean, I still need to kind of figure out how I'm going to do it, but I want to have some kind of community watching, whether that's like for membership viewers, or if we do like, I can separate it and have like a live stream version and then like the separate episode by itself or something. But I want to do something where we can kind of experience those new episodes with the community, because that was a really fun time. I need to make sure that I balance things out better though, because going back to that, like, oh my god, the quality was all over the place. I was way too loud. Some people were way too quiet. I want to say that was my very first live stream that I think I ever did, which it shows. But yeah,
start somewhere.
Yeah. So yeah, I need to make sure that when we do end up doing that, that I tackle that ahead of time, so it's not a problem, because it almost kind of ruins it, because it's really there's people there trying to talk, and I even though I was there, like I didn't even know what the fuck they were saying. So I want to make sure that doesn't happen again. I want to make sure that it's a clear quality live stream that survives the test of time. Yeah. Something
I'd
to
like
look
to do that
forward
with this.
Yeah, that'd be great. We can do that. I'd be happy to do that. Maybe invite all the voice actors to join us like we did with episode 13. And I don't know if we'll do that with season 2. Like, it'll probably just kind of be like probably the 3 of us and maybe Shayla or something like that. Maybe I'll grab a voice actor or 2 to join us potentially if they're available, but there'll be a smaller, more contained kind of little mini events. And then maybe like once the whole thing's out, maybe I can look into doing something like that for the final episode or something. We'll see. But yeah, that'll be fun. Yeah, and just kind of let me know what you guys think. Like, how would you as a viewer like to do a live stream kind of event? Like, does that seem like it'd be a good reward for being a member? Does that seem like it's just kind of how you would like it to be on the channel? Could that be a Patreon thing? I mean, I don't know. We could put out like the normal episode, and then later we could do a live stream with the voice acting crew. There's a lot of different ways we could do it. So let me know in the comments what your kind of opinion is, how you'd like to watch something like that. Because yeah,
I like to watch it naked.
no, Alec, no,
The camera doesn't have to be on.
no, just knowing it, no, don't, no. Yeah, and that's kind of been my week, just working on season 2, story of my life, making progress slowly but surely.
So I'm a horror fan. That does mean that you could be watching, Dino Stupid Crashes with us since you're voice actor in it.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Hey.
And you could be naked as well watching.
No, Alec. No. That's why you have the fat ass on the crocodile on your shirt, because you're all about that nakedness.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why you like dinosaurs, because they're all naked. There you
Yeah.
go. It all makes sense.
Never
now.
considered that, but yeah.
Don't lie. You thought about it.
I mean, any show and tell?
No, I was going to grab something, but I ran out of time. But you have something, so let's see.
Okay, so a couple of weeks ago, my mum and dad went away to Rhodes, in some place in the earth somewhere for a holiday, and they came back with a souvenir, which is a little bit creepy, but
What is it?
yeah, it's
It looks like
got
an
some
eyeball or
eyes there.
something. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I was looking at it, I was just
It's
like,
the G
why
virus.
is there a... Yeah, that's what I said in my head. I was like,
You put it on your shoulder. There you go.
I'm gonna have to remember the lines I did for fucking Spood when I was still. But yeah, that's just it's been sitting in front of my desk for a couple of weeks. I was like, I have to do that as show and tell. I'm like, now I just remembered to do it. Yes, creepy. I see you. I see you are feeling sleepy.
No.
Sleepy.
At least you're not doing
Yeah.
that naked. Because, yeah.
It can be arranged.
No, Alec. Bad Alec. Go to your room.
I am.
All right. It's time for some news.
Ooh, time for a news.
It's time for
Yeah, Alec, it's the Illuminati. That's what it is. They're coming
is?
for you.
Oh, okay.
It's their symbol or something. I don't know.
Hope so. Sunsoft Trag things back up. Anyone remember Trag or Hard Edge in Europe? Well, okay, some people do, but the majority of us never really heard of the game until decades later. Trag or Hard Edge is basically a clone of classic Resident Evil games blended with Final Fantasy, though no horror unless you're scared by tank controls and pixels. You play as 4 playable characters tasked with solving puzzles and killing stuff from a tall building. Why am I bringing up a clone game? Well, my dear viewer, it's to let you know that you can now buy the Trag game once again, not only on the PS5, but on Nintendo Switch too. How much, you ask? Well, 12 of your American dollars. Is it trophies? Yes. Oh, well, never mind. So does that mean Trag is coming back as an IP? In some ways, yes. As on Steam, you can play a demo of Hard Edge Warzone. Oh, wait, this looks different. Instead of tank controls, it's a strategy card game? Huh. Don't you just love it when IPs have identity crisis? So, is Trag worth your time and money? Well, if you get nostalgic about tank control games with questionable voice acting, then yeah. Especially if you've never played the game before, as it's quite expensive physically to get nowadays. So, is the IP new to you? Are you excited to replay the IP? Will you be buying it? Does this look like the game for you? Leave it in the comments. Well,
Such
do
a-
you?
it's such a random game to bring back. I have it. I I don't have the booklet though, which is really annoying. Cause like rare games like that, you end up paying so much for like just a piece of it. You know, whether it's the book or like the insert or something like that. It's like it annoys me to not have it complete. I have just the case and manual for Ghost in the Shell, but to
Mm.
get the game, it's like $100. It's like fuck, just for the disc, it's $100. Like god damn. And the manual is probably going to be the same for something like that. It's probably like $80 or something dumb like that if you can even find it. You know, so it's just annoying. But I do have it. I haven't played it yet. It's on the backlog, the endless backlog. Um,
Well, there you go. I've given you some homework. You can go
yeah,
play it
there you go.
and tell
So,
us about the questionable voice acting.
what was that? The second game, the like the card
Oh,
strategy
so
thing.
yeah, so it's called Hard Edge Warzone. It's on Steam. Well, the demo is. The game isn't done yet, but I put a little game footage into it, so yeah, you could see how different it was from the PS1 game, but it still had the four characters that were in the PS1 game. So
Yeah, I have to look into that because it looks like a game that I would actually like because Trag or not Trag, the turn-based kind of top-down strategy RPG kind of thing. I don't know about the cards. Like the cards is kind of questionable, but like you're more traditional, kind of like a Final Fantasy Tactics kind of a game. Like I really like games that play like that, and that's more or less what that looks like. So if I like the base game, then I would definitely be into that. And it's cool that it's
yeah,
something coming out, something new.
I was looking at it. I was like, okay, so this is Metal Gear Acid for me to get in context for. So
Yeah, yeah, a little bit. I haven't played that, but that's yeah, kind of what I imagine.
yeah, I'm gonna play that again at some point. It's
Survival horror
hard to
fan.
emulate.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
carry on.
Survival horror fan. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. Would you like some murder? Let me know. We can fulfill the murder.
Hello, Pikachu. You've been
Yeah.
killed once today by my brother.
really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
What were you saying though before I unknowingly cut you off?
I don't know. Other than I suppose I can just say like I'm kind of interested in it. For me, I don't think I'll buy it on a PlayStation because I'm kind of. I think I said last week I'm so far I'm not getting anything else on the PlayStation like that. Um, but there are ways, to get the game, and I think I already have the European PAL version on a emulator of some kind. So, yeah, I'll have to give it a go. Who
I
knows? It could be machining.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of interesting how they had that like little kind of subtext on there, whereas like what did it say? Console archives, I think it said. Like I wonder what that means
Yeah.
if they have some kind of plan to like revive a bunch of older like PS1 era games under that tag.
Yeah, because that was similar to the Tekken 2 arcade. No, not Tekken 2. Arcade archives, and it was Tekken 1, and that recently came on. I think we said about that last week or the week before. So yeah, there might be other games popping up, and yeah, it did disappoint me because when I was doing research, I'd go on the trophies, and I was just like, oh.
Yeah. I mean, though to be fair, we're all kind of exiting that ecosystem anyway, so it's like I don't even know if I care to go after trophies anymore. You know what I mean? Because just like I, I don't know. Like I'm not gonna be like as newer games come out, I'm gonna be playing them on Steam. So it's like it doesn't really have the appeal as it
Yeah.
once did, where I'm like proud of having like completed games on my profile on PlayStation. Like that's going away. I'm leaving that behind. So it's like when I'm playing a game, I don't really have that drive to be like, oh, what are the trophies, and to spend the time to get those just doesn't really mean as much anymore.
Yeah, I'm like that with because as you know, I recently got the Metal Gear Triangle platinum on the PlayStation, and I was like, I should have got this on Steam. Uh, and I'm just like, okay, because I'm quite close to getting the platinum for Metal Gear Solid 1. And I'm just like, do I want to try again on Steam? Do I want to try MGS2 on Steam? And MGS2 does work on Steam for me. So. Yeah, I think I might be done with trophy wise as well. So, yeah.
Yeah, and like in an alternate reality, like this whole concept of like, oh, we're bringing old games into the modern ecosystem where you can buy it and it'll preserve it, like that's kind of the idea and why it would be cool that they are doing that, but we all know that that's not the reality of it. So it's almost like just kind of a slap in the face that they're bringing these back because it's just a temporary thing. So like why even bother? Might as well just buy a hard copy, I mean, I get that some of these games are going to be more expensive and more difficult to find, but at least you'll have it. You're not buying it again in a temporary capacity.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking at it like, when it comes to me trying Trag or Hard Edge for my country for some reason, I will play it through emulation, and if I really enjoy the game, I probably won't, but if I really enjoy it, then yeah, get it physical. But I don't want to spend like £12 on PlayStation. PlayStation, just fuck off for me right now. It's pissed me off.
Yeah, same. Welcome, Cat. Glad you made it.
Well.
All right, let's watch some murder. Little bit of murder. Here, there's most of these are A. You think I was going down like the alphabet because it's like there's Abby, Ada, Aloy, Ashley. What the fuck? Like I need to pick some characters that are like outside of the A category. But anyways, here we go.
Asshole.
Excuse me?
Here's Leo.
Bitch.
It's like, what is Leon doing when he goes under?
He's a maniac. He's just fucking swinging it all over the place.
But his creepy smile is like, she's dead.
He loves the murder, What can you say? All right, let's get into the next one.
Switch 2 getting a co-op horror game? A new French game studio called Atlantis Studios revealed a trailer for a to-be-announced Nintendo Switch 2 co-op horror game at the Mixed Summer Game Showcase this year. The game is called Beyond the Dark Night Watch, and the game needs both players to consistently help each other. One player has to try and escape the house, while the other player has a kind of Five Nights at Freddy's experience. Both players will have a different experience altogether. Atlantis Studios says only one Nintendo Switch user needs the copy of the game, as the second player can join via game share. The game is being developed and uses Unreal Engine. Again, no release date has been announced yet, but the idea of a two-player co-op horror game has some legs to it. What do you think? Are you interested to go beyond the dark?
As soon as you said Nintendo Switch 2, I was out.
It might get cheaper in like 10 years' time.
It doesn't matter. I'm pretty sure the only Switch 2 game I will ever own is Mario Kart, and the only reason I have that is because it was less than $2. So there's no way. I mean, I guess the only thing I would buy for the sake of my collection is like Resident Evil things, and they would just literally be to go on the shelf. I would never play them. So like nah. No, Switch 2, no, thank you.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of now there's more games I might be more interested in, but again, if I wanted to really play it, I could just go round Lee's and play his Switch 2. So it's that. But the other thing is like I know my partner likes consoles, so like okay, Christmas present, I might get a Switch 2 for him and then play it that way. But
That's a smart way to do it.
Yeah, yeah. Because I do want to play Pokemon Pokepedia. Because it's a cozy game. But yeah, going back to the actual game we were talking about. I was like, okay, a horror game for the Nintendo Switch. I'm like, huh. Are they doing the GameCube thing where they suddenly having horror back in like Nintendo library? Like, what was it? Eternal Darkness. The Resident Evil games were on there for some reason.
That I still can't believe they did that. They almost killed the franchise doing that. And I will never forgive them because like that move I feel killed like traditional Resident Evil. Like I'm in the opinion of like it wasn't necessarily the tank controls and like the fixed cameras and all that shit necessarily. Like, there was some contention there in terms of like, oh, that's antiquated and like some people don't like that and whatever. But I feel like there was enough of a fan base that enjoyed that it could have continued going forward if it wasn't tied to fucking GameCube. Like there is zero audience for that on GameCube. So like I feel like that just gave them the excuse to be like, oh, well, nobody's buying it. Time to move on. But if they had done that and the partnership was on PlayStation, maybe even Xbox, I think it would have sold enough to justify its existence. And we'll never know because they did that.
I don't know. Xbox got Dino Crisis 3, and how well did that turn out?
Yeah, but that was Dino Crisis 3. Let's be real. But yeah, I mean, honestly, realistically, if they had stayed on Sony and they made that their exclusive platform and they kept things old school, I think they would have been fine. But
yeah.
oh well.
I mean, they eventually did get it on PS2 anyway, but that does make me laugh when I think back to the Resident Evil 4 case. It says only 4 GameCube.
Yeah.
How did that age?
Lies. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of open-minded to the horror games to come back on Switch, like Switch 2. But at the moment, it's just not worth even entertaining the idea because although when I read on the Atlantis Studios website that only one person needs to buy the game, I'm like, that's good at least. You don't, few people don't have to get it. Yeah, then you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot because like you're kind of hoping that a lot of your friends have a Nintendo Switch 2 as well. And I don't know. I'm like, yeah, Lee does, Diz does, but
Yeah, that's kind of a hard
right.
that's a hard sell kind of because like you're talking two $500+ machines to play that game. Like, I don't know. The stars kind of have to align to make that happen, I feel like. And Nintendo's kind of lost that advantage of like, cool, quirky, portable hardware because now you can do that. I mean, outside of Steam has theirs and it's a really great machine, but like there's a bunch of third-party ones as well. And, Microsoft has one now and it sounds like PlayStation is working on one too. So like Nintendo doesn't have that anymore where it's like, if you want your horror experience, you can probably play it on better, potentially cheaper hardware that's also integrated into PC. So like, why would you even bother? Unless it is a Nintendo IP, which that one is not. So, I mean, I guess it could be exclusive, but I doubt it.
Wow. So Survival Horror fan asked a question. Anyone know how many consoles RE4 is on? Lee, stay out. I wonder why you single out Lee.
Lee knows all.
Geez.
That's
Okay,
fair.
let's try and think. GameCube, PS2, mobile for some reason. Came out eventually on Xbox. Did it come out on 360?
I mean, you can just go down like all of the brands, right? PS,
Yeah.
PS2, PS3, PS4,
PS.
PS5,
Yeah.
mobile, and then
Yeah.
Xbox 360, Xbox One, GameCube, Switch,
PC.
Wii, PC.
Yeah. Don't think it came out on Wii U.
I don't think so.
So
A lot.
I'm
10?
I'm at about 10, yeah. Diz, where are you? Have a look at all your collections of it.
I mean, I think I have more than her even, which I know she has a lot. Yeah, it's insane. It's on everything. Oh, it's Zebo. Fucking Lee.
But you're not allowed to answer this one, Lee.
Well, he didn't answer. He just gave one that we missed. Yeah, it's got to
So it's
be
either 10.
I mean, well, that's 11
or
with
11.
the Zebo, so there's at least 11.
I don't even know what a Zebo is, but it has to be something.
And it depends too, like if you're counting like the versions that they released, and like are you counting the digital like there's so many. Too many. I love that game, but wow. There's a lot.
Yeah. Going back to the actual article video, I would just say perhaps it would later get ported onto, I don't know, Steam or PlayStation eventually down the line. So maybe get it there. If you do have a Switch 2 and you're interested, get it. But if not, just wait. It'll probably come out later.
Yeah, I'd say that's fair.
Yeah.
Hashtag don't support Nintendo or PlayStation. Fuck them both. Fuck all of them. PC. That's the only way at this point.
Yeah.
Which makes me sad. I die on the inside every time I say something like that because I've always been very against PC. But they won, and I can't deny it. So makes me sad. All right, we got one more.
Good news, everyone. Palworld being a pal to its customers. Pocket Pair Inc. has posted on X that Palworld is going to remain at $30, despite the new 1.0 version release. In a world where gaming passes and DLC cost to, I don't know, $5 to stupid amounts of dollars, it's really refreshing to see some games out there that are like, no, our fans have been good to us through our ups and lawsuits, so we're doing right by our fans. The 1.0 version of Palworld came on the 10th of July with new powers to collect, added storylines and improved areas for players to explore. Old players don't have to lose their current world to play 1.0, but they do recommend to start a new world. But the powers you collected on the old world can be stored on the global power box, used to get your old powers again and use them in a new world. That's a win for Palworld, as other games, when updated, might not work. If you're new to Palworld, then this is great, because you will have so much more to do. And if you're a returning player, still got stuff to do, you can go do that. Finish off your old world, then start a new world, and explore the new content. Thank you, Palworld, for thinking of the players. Not everyone does that. So, are you considering trying Palworld, or are you thinking about stepping back in? I enjoy Palworld. That's hard for me to say because I was a Pokemon fan. When it came to Digimon coming onto the things, I was like, fuck Digimon, I'm Pokemon, yeah. Fuck you, Digimon. And then it was Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm like, no, fuck you, Yu-Gi-Oh! Fucking, I'm Pokemon. So for me to go to Palworld, I'm like, that's not like me. But I'm so pissed with this is exactly the same thing with PS6. I'm like, you've pissed me off. I'm going somewhere else. And I've gone to Palworld. So yeah.
That's how that works, like you burn your fans and guess what? They fucking leave. Like it's not that complicated. So or even if you just offer a better product. I mean, there's always going to be some brand loyalty, but at the end of the day, like if there's something better that's doing the thing that you like, I mean, why wouldn't you go get it somewhere else that's better? You know what I mean? Especially when it's cheaper, it's more targeted at the player base than Pokemon. You know what I mean? Like there's so many reasons to switch over. I mean, I would probably buy it if they I guess the last thing that they could really do to get some goodwill and to win people over like me would be if they did a physical release and they added like a solo campaign to justify the physical release, because then you're accommodating that audience as well. And shit, I'd buy that just to support that kind of behavior from a publisher. Like if you're willing to take your online only game and put out a physical version that accommodates offline play, like, psh, yeah, sign me the fuck up. Like that's great. I mean, nowadays it doesn't matter because physical doesn't exist, but like back, before the video game apocalypse, that would have been how you would win somebody like me over. But no chance in that happening now.
I don't know. I think they're just waiting for that final, lawsuit to finally just end completely, and then they might go on to producing even just a limited run physical thing. So, because I was looking into like the lawsuit, I think I brought it up before that even if Nintendo won, they could only get about 300,000 yen out of the whole thing. So it's like, what was the point? I mean, Palworld's made their money, and I'm sure Pokemon still it's still going to make money. There's going to be people that are more diehard than me. I mean, I fell off Pokemon fucking years ago, but I still like Pikachu and all that kind of stuff. I still like watching stuff like that. But yeah, I can see, it coming into physical maybe one day. So if I see it, I'll buy it and send it to you, so then we can play together and go around shooting monsters and shit.
I think the odds of that happening are pretty slim, honestly, because it is an online-only game. They would literally have to build an offline component to justify it. I mean, I guess they could. Like, there are games out there that you can buy on disc that you can play online, so it could happen. But I don't know. I don't think it'd be worth them. I don't think they would get enough sales to justify manufacturing a disc, especially as digital is taking over and physical is disappearing anyway. So like, I think that ship has sailed, honestly, but you never know.
Yeah.
Stranger things have happened.
There was some good news out there, people. I found the good news.
You did it. Good job.
And
All right. Let's do some machine.
You machinima.
Don't tell me what to do. Yeah, we got a couple things to watch today. The first showcase is an animation by Carbot Animations on YouTube. Alex sent this to me. We've seen a couple of their animations before. I think they were also Resident Evil ones, if I remember correctly. And I don't think I've seen a bad video from them yet. So, and this is a new one to me. I haven't seen this one, I don't think. So let's take a look.
Hey, Brad, what's up? Brad! No, Brad! Not like this!
Stars.
There we go, that's way cooler. Sir, please, we need to get out of here.
I'm not going back out there. This remake is so short, the cut content, Jill's outfit isn't even revealing. The only good game is in here.
Hey, Super Cop. Whatever, you're Umbrella. Umbrella equals bad, stupid, nasty, bad, evil. You're all evil.
Hey, what are you talking about, Gillis? What are you even wearing? This is an apocalyptic zombie outbreak. Where is your tactical drip? That's better.
Whatever, you're Umbrella. Umbrella equals
What's my line? Oh yeah. Stars.
He's only after me.
No, Jill, don't do it. You're so cool.
fun, Mr. Wanna Buy a Vowel. You want stars? I'll give you premature one-liner. No thanks, pervert.
Stairs! I mean, stop!
Have you got the trains running yet, Super Cop? Did you put that fire out
Carlos,
with the hose?
stop calling me. I'm
Did
a
you
girl
get
boss that
deep-throated
don't
by one
need
of
no
those
man.
bug monsters? Next time you're in the same room in the donut shop, can you pick me up a couple of Boston creams? The guys are getting hungry.
Dr. Bard! Dr. Bard! Where are you? We need a cure! We need the cure!
Don't worry, Jill. I got you.
Damn it! Dr. Bard! Dr. Bard! Out of my way! Out of my way!
Dr. Bard? This is gonna be such
that a
sick
hunter?
prank. Watch. Hey, Jill, you're okay? Yeah, I just sprained my ankle. Lighten up. This is so stupid.
Oh, I know, Jill. He's hiding behind tanker number 3.
He's Nemesis. Why is he hiding at all?
Watch out, you got company.
No, you print money. I like money.
Barry?
Ironic, isn't it? After how episode 1 ended.
But why?
You know, I thought about it. The OG ending is way cooler than us simply splitting up.
You know, with Nemesis being such a disappointment, this was really nice.
Why you beat the game so quickly? You skip the park, you skip the clock tower, you skip the worm.
It's pretty accurate.
Yep. The bit where it's like she said, like, "Well, why is Nemesis? Why is it hiding?" And I was like, "Yeah,
That's a
good point."
great, yeah, that's a great fucking question. Because he's garbage now. That's why.
Yeah.
That game makes me sad. So much potential.
I have to play again just to try and get episode 2 of Outside the Residence to come back, but
Do it.
yeah.
All right, the next one is a Halo machinima from GameSaw Productions that specifically says it was inspired by Red vs. Blue, and it shows a lot, but in a good way. Pays homage to it. From what I can tell, this is a new machinima creator, which is always good to see, and it looks like they just started creating like 2 years ago, and they're still creating currently, which is great.
Cool.
They just uploaded a few months ago. All right. The video we're going to watch today, we're going to watch episode 4 of their Demolition Squad show. Some of them start kind of slow, so I picked one that kind of starts a little bit quicker. But from what I can tell, the whole thing looks like it's worth watching, so head over there and check them out. Maybe. There we go.
Oliver, you awake?
Yes, Chief, just give me a second. I just gotta put something away.
Is there something I can help with? I didn't realize you collected Legos. Yeah, I'm a bit of a blockhead. That's what we call ourselves. Is that a problem? No, not at all. I just thought you were doing something else. You mean like something adult? No, it's just... What do you think I was... Oh, ew, no. Why would you think I'd be doing that? Well, just from your tone... Wait, why would you walk in if I was doing that? We're getting sidetracked. Look, I'm calling for an emergency meeting. Make sure everyone's there. I mean, sure, I can do that. But wouldn't it be easier to use the PA system? I don't have to explain myself to you. Just do it. Little fucking blockhead. Wait, whatever you do, don't say about... Hey, Milk Guy.
Oliver, wait. Don't make any sudden moves.
Why? What's the matter?
I don't want to alarm you, but I may have surgically implanted some explosives into a small rodent, and he may or may not be eluding me as we speak.
Oh, God, no. Why would you do that?
They told me it'd be okay. They said I could play God.
Who's they?
That's just it. They don't want you to know. They don't want anybody to know!
Tell you what, I'm gonna go. She's called the meeting. Head down if you have the time, or if these they people deem it so.
I don't know, do you think? That's a good point, but I don't... No, I don't think he... Huh? Oh, yeah, that's cool. I'll be down in 5 minutes. So, Chester, the creation has come to destroy its creator. I knew this day would come. I have triumphed!
Clyde, Chief is... Clyde?
Headshot. Headshot!
Clyde, it's me, don't shoot.
Headshot.
Who the hell do you think it is?
Headshot. Headshot.
Why the hell have you been up all night?
Headshot.
I don't know, 3?
Headshot.
Well, that's just what the commercials say. It's a fucking
He's
lollipop.
like Credence.
Headshot.
If you have a problem with it, shoot the owl. You know what? While you're at it, just shoot me. I'm sick of this shit. Clyde? If you're still here, there's a meeting downstairs.
Headshot.
Okay, I'm gonna go now. Hey Tink, what you doing?
Shut up, I'm thinking.
What you thinking about?
Which M41 I'm gonna use?
Dude, you got like 30 of them. Is this really that big of a decision?
Oliver, honey, sweetie, angel, I love you. But if you ever insult my babies like that again, I swear to God, I'm telling Chief that you touched my penis. Because, Oliver, that's what these are, my penis. And if you had 30 of them, wouldn't you have a tough time choosing which one to use?
I don't even want to go near the...
You're damn right you don't. No bitches! Now get out of here. And don't worry, I'll be at your stupid little meeting.
Wait, how'd you know?
Word travels fast. Now get the hell out!
Oh yeah, come on. Come on, just a little more.
Charlie, it's been a long morning. I just want to get through this and get it. What? Oh my gosh.
Shit! Oh, God damn it, man! What the fuck you doing coming in here like that? Come on, now that door closed for a reason, dude. What the fuck? Come on!
Headshot!
God damn it, Clyde! How many times do I tell you it's a fucking toy, alright? God fucking damn it! Get the hell out of my room, you son of a bitch! You know what the fuck are you people even doing coming in here anyway? You know, I don't fucking care. I don't care. I don't care. Get the fuck out of whatever it is. Fucking do it. Get the fuck out of my room right now! Well, that was a waste of 2 hours.
Well, Charlie, glad you finally decided to join us.
Alright, you and me, let's just get one thing clear. You walked into my room, alright?
I don't want to fucking talk about it, okay?
Now, I called this meeting to inform you that, because of the success of our last mission, Command has sent us a supply drop, giving us everything from armor enhancements to additional firepower, even upgraded vehicle parts.
Headshot.
And you'll be happy to know, I decided to scrap everything.
Headshot?
Yup, everything. Well, except for that pack of snowballs. Didn't have much use for those.
Me, they're mine, I saw them first, give them to me!
God damn it, man, I didn't even want them, come on!
Now that the snowballs have been sorted out, it's time to address the elephant in the room. It's become painstakingly clear to me that certain members of this unit don't know how to drive, and I find that unacceptable.
I don't see what the big deal is.
The big deal is I don't want to have to rely on Spank Bank over here to get us from A to B. Hey, can it? You disgust me.
So, how does dismantling our supplies make us better drivers?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked. Because I used them to make this.
What the hell did you do to the front lawn?
I've done what any great leader would do. I made home hazardous for the troops.
Why would you create something so beautiful?
But you mean to tell me you scrapped all our new stuff just to make some half-assed driver's ed course for those with a death wish?
Couldn't have put it better myself. Gentlemen, welcome to Chief's Gauntlet. You will learn to drive, or you will learn to die.
This might be the coolest reward I have ever gotten.
Thank you, Tank. At least somebody's excited for this. On that note, Oliver, you're up first.
Wait, what? Chief, I'm not sure this is the best... Wait a minute. Is that my Lego City?
Well, I needed to find the proper motivation.
You bastard.
Ha! Finally, someone's gonna get blown up for once, and it's not me.
Don't count your chickens before they hatch, fuck knuckle. Guess who's riding shotgun?
What? Why the hell do I have to run the course? I already know how to drive.
So who do you think's gonna show these morons how to do it?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe the man who built the damn thing.
Don't be crazy. I don't know how to drive.
So why the hell are you not running the course?
Charlie, a great leader doesn't get down in the trenches with his men, or lead by example. A good leader leads from afar, preferably from a safe distance. Out of the blast radius. Maybe atop a chimera. Yeah, that'd be pretty sick.
This really might be the greatest day of my life.
It's pretty long. That one's like 15 minutes, and I think they're all like 15 to like 30 minutes. But yeah, good show.
Good job.
Check them out. Very, very similar to Red versus Blue, and I mean, I'd say almost on par in some ways. It's pretty good. Editing's really good. Everything about it's well done.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Headshot.
Headshot?
Headshot.
All right. And finally is a video I came across that just kind of, it's a little overview kind of a thing about what machinima is and kind of like where it came from, as well as a younger aspiring filmmaker's kind of perspective on the impact of the genre. And I found it kind of refreshing to see that machinima is still kind of living on through younger generations of like creators and filmmakers and stuff like that. It's still out there somehow. I'm shocked that it is, because I figured, you know, like, when do you hear about machinima, you know, especially for like a younger audience? Like, I don't even know where they're picking up that that's a thing that exists. But the fact that it is and it's happening is really cool to see. And yeah, just kind of cool little video going over what machinima is and their opinion on it. And it's very good to see this kind of video coming out in modern day.
You finally awake.
Video games were some of my first experiences with art. That's certainly not a unique statement coming from a 20-year-old, but I do find myself increasingly aware of how my artistic passions have been informed by the video games I grew up with. When I played them, it was never the gameplay I cared about as much as the music, or the scenery, or the atmosphere. I find I have the same perspective on films. Of course, the story is important, but at the end of the day, I'm here for the experience. My favorite films cater to my senses as much as my mind. No matter how you look at it, video games are their own form of art. Creating films within this digital sandbox can be one of the most unique forms of filmmaking. Despite this, I think the medium is undervalued and overlooked as one of the most complex forms of cinema there is. So, where did it all start? Video games have existed since the 70s, but it wasn't until the release of id Software's Quake in 1996 that players were able to capture the game with a built-in recording feature. It was intended just as a way of sharing gameplay, but mirroring cinema's own history, there were more open-minded individuals who saw the tool's potential beyond just documentation. The first Quake film to invent a narrative was a 1996 short, Diary of a Camper. Once players realized the possibilities, interest grew exponentially. By the turn of the century, Machinima.com was launched, establishing a center for the community and simultaneously a name. Coined by Hugh Hancock and Anthony Bailey, the term machinima combines machine, animation, and cinema to describe the filmmaking practice. With this flagship website leading the way, the visibility of machinima skyrocketed, and within months, Roger Ebert was praising the medium's low cost and artistic freedom, but not without skepticism. My guess is that the films themselves will not be as revolutionary as the techniques used to make them, that out of those basements and bedrooms will come not cinematic art, but elaborations on the themes of video games. Ebert would be proven wrong in the years to follow by the sheer diversity of expression boasted by the medium. Machinima is an art as varied as any other, covering dozens of genres and disciplines. Like cinema, early machinima used adaptation to garner respect. Strange Company's 1999 film Eschaton Nightfall, based on the works of H.P. Lovecraft, was the first Quake film to use custom assets. A year later, the same team garnered Ebert's attention with Ozymandias, based on the poem by P.B. Shelley. Then there was the music video for 07's In the Waiting Line, which aired on MTV and boasted an extremely quick production of under 2 months. Machinima offers a workflow more innovative and accessible than any other. In 2003, the Florida Film Festival hosted a machinima experience in which the filmmakers improvised a film live with the audience's participation. Machinima defies categorization. Films like Angela Washko's Free Will Mode, or the more recent Hardly Working, are more like documentaries in the way they follow AI characters, revealing something about us in the process. They are Sisyphus machines, say the filmmakers. Machinima can also be protest. In his performance piece Dead in Iraq, Joseph DeLapp entered the US military's own game to memorialize the dead. From 2006 to 2011, DeLapp input the names of every single soldier killed in Iraq. Then there's Josh Bricker's Post-Utonianism, in which real war footage is paired with footage from Call of Duty. As the film goes on, the two channels become virtually indistinguishable.
If we see a weapon, we're going to engage.
Despite the prolific output of the community, machinima films don't seem to have the cultural presence they used to. With the loss of machinima.com in 2019, a vast community was uprooted and 2 decades of films were scattered across the internet. Machinima films are simply harder to find now, and the disparity between audiences has only exacerbated this. Like all mediums, the demand for simple entertainment versus high art run in opposition. The problem with machinima is that there's no infrastructure around to separate these two audiences. I asked my friend and fellow filmmaker Alex Guerra, who just recently completed his film Memories from Heaven, what drew him to the medium in 2024.
What appealed to me the most about the process was the digital aspect. I'm really interested in digital filmmaking, and I see video games and internet art as an extension of that.
You don't have to play video games to appreciate the innovation found in machinima. In a time when so much of our life is filtered through digital interfaces, expression through video games seems to be more analogous to real life than ever. As Miltos Manetas states in his manifesto, a video game character isn't just the cartoon character that we see on the screen, but the person who is playing with it. Video game personas are Half-Life composite characters, and now that we all have a Facebook account, we are all in the game of video.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool little video, and the fact that it came from like a younger guy is like, wow, well shit, it still lives on, which is really good to see.
Yeah.
And I feel like given like the right promotion or like the right avenue, like it just needs to find a place to breathe and for people to find it. I think like now more than ever is like the best time for this to thrive, for machinima to thrive, because just with the way that, you know, digital media is taken over and people, like everybody's got a phone or a computer or whatever, and like there's all these different technologies and programs and software, even with AI and things like that, that make it so accessible for people with no skills in terms of like, you know, manipulating software to come in and make something, you know, whether it's just like, hey, I'm a writer and I've got great ideas, but I don't know how to do anything else. You know, there's enough tools out there to make that, to give that person what he needs to create something like really interesting and polished and just great. And it's a really good medium for expression that, you know, is open to everybody. If you're just a writer, or you're just like a director, or you're just a voice actor, or you just have like some ideas that you think would be really cool if you had the tools to bring them to life. And, you know, that all exists. People just need to know where to make it happen and to know like what it's called. You know, it's machinima. So it's like we need to revitalize that name as a medium, as a genre of filmmaking, and find out like where we can instill that, where people can go to it and learn about it, and then, you know, find the tools they need to make it happen. So I'm hoping that happens. I would love to do that. This is part of why I'm kind of going into other communities and things like that, because I want to help like do my part to, you know, build a pocket of creators, you know, that are interested in doing that, and through their creation and enthusiasm, they're making content that will find its way out into the internet where people will watch it and learn about it. And then, you know, the cycle kind of repeats itself where it's like they see something really cool that somebody made and they're like, oh shit, that's awesome. I want to do that. I have an idea. I have a story I want to tell. And, you know, I hope that it gives them enough motivation to pursue that. But like, it's really difficult right now because it's so hard to take that next step. You know, it's so hard to learn about this thing because it's just not in the zeitgeist. It's not talked about. You know, it's so hard just to find a community that's doing machinima, that's alive. And I think that's the biggest deterrent at this point. It's not a lack of interest in machinima. It's just like, how do people learn about it? And I hope more people pursue that and keep talking about it and doing little documentary shorts, kind of like what we watch there, and keep creating content. But like they kind of need to talk about it as well. You know what I mean? Like in the comments, or even in just, if you just put the time to put in the description of like, hey, this is how I made that. And then you list a couple of programs where you're giving potential creators like a path, where it's like it doesn't just end there, where it's like, oh, I want to make this thing and I don't know how to and I'm done. It's, oh, I want to make this thing and, oh, look, there's a link and it takes me to something, whether it's an editor or an article of like about what machinima is and how to do it and things like that. Just some kind of resources to continue to push people down the path of creating content, and it's just getting the ball rolling on that. It can be done, and I really hope that it happens.
I mean, I feel like we actually put at the end of the credits like what stuff we used to make what we just made. But yeah, perhaps we could you know, when we find time to do it, like do our videos on like how I machinima or how we did it, kind of thing. So I think that would be interesting to do. And I don't know why no one's really thought of it. I mean, probably someone has, but like, so there is machinima.com. What's stopping a person from going, okay, let's have another machinima website, Machinima Lives or machinimareborn.com? What's stopping people from doing it?
Yeah, I just think that the way the cards fell, like it was the perfect storm to almost erase the idea, because machinima.com was that for a very short time, and then it turned into a brand that makes everything except for machinima. And so like by the time machinima died in whatever 2019, like they were the primary source of machinima by name. So like they cultivated this large audience that came to know machinima as a brand, almost like, you know, a person's name that makes content, rather than machinima is a thing, a tool, a process that you use to make content. So it like erased that whole part of it. So I don't think people are really looking at it in that way. So, and that, again, that's a process too, where it's like there's got to be a demand and communities large enough to spark somebody to be like, oh, well, I want to make a new machinima.com. And we're nowhere near that, I think. But I feel like, you know, we could get there eventually. And I'd really like to see that, because it's such a great medium, and it just it opens the door for so many different types of content creators in really interesting ways. But yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, as you said, it's just like, I haven't kept it a secret, but it's like, you know, you inspired me to do Dino Stupid Prizes all those fucking years ago. So, you know, it does work. And it's like, Yeah, I mean, I suppose when you did Door originally, I don't think you put that you used Windows Movie Maker when you first did it.
Yeah, and that could be part of it too, is like maybe they just don't think about, like, I don't think it's any kind of intentional, like, oh, I just want to keep this to myself kind of a thing. I feel like people just don't really think about it in that way. But like for me as a viewer, when I'm looking at other content creators, like they'll do things that make me go, how the fuck did they do that? What did they use to make that happen? And I go, my immediate gut reaction is to go to the description and be like, okay, well, what does it say in here? Does it say like how they did that, what tools they used? And it never does. But like, if that were there, like I would surely click on it and explore that, because like it was cool enough to grab my attention to be like, oh shit, I want to do that too. But again, like that's where it ended for me, because I don't know what it was or how they got there. And that's something I'll keep in mind too going forward, where like I'm not going to have an exhaustive list of all the things that I did or anything like that. But you know, you mentioned kind of doing how-tos and things like that, but like I would like to maybe link to a video like that, because I've always wanted to do things like that too, where it's either like a step-by-step of how to make a machinima, or maybe it's like this episode I kind of logged everything that I did and recorded it, and I can cut that up into a video, or live streams of me, you know, putting together a video or something where people can see the creative process, and I can link to that, so that if people are interested or they have questions, they can link over to that video and kind of see more in depth, like how I got there or something like that.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
but even if you don't want to do that, you could do like the bare minimum of like, I use Power Director for my editing, or I don't know, if you know that you did something like creatively different that people, you know, you kind of know when you did something interesting that people might be interested in knowing like how you did it. You can make a mental note of that and be like, you know, this is how I did this scene. These are the tools that I used to make that scene, or something like that. But
I mean,
just, oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, we've recently with Poker Jabber's Metal Gear Solid, he somehow managed to, I don't know how he did it, but he managed to have Snake, and there's like scenes of where you go beyond where the camera, where you can see, and you can see more of the map. I'm like, how the fuck did they do that?
Yeah, exactly. That's the perfect example. Because I also wondered that. I'm like, huh, is he using a mod? Is he like, is there something, is it source filmmaker? Like there's so many different things it could be. And yeah, it'd be nice to satisfy that curiosity. And you know, if you're a creator, you're going to learn things, and your content's going to become better because of it, as long as you're motivated enough to, you know, learn that and take that on, which most creative people are going to be. You know, like if you're motivated enough to create a project, to create some kind of a video, some kind of machinima, you're probably going to be driven enough to challenge yourself to learn new things and new tools to make something more interesting, which is part of the charm of machinima. You know, it's very exploratory and experimental, and each game challenges you in different ways, because there's different tools, there's different sets of limitations, there's different sets of depth that you can explore. You know, like a game like Metal Gear Solid 2, for example, if you were to make a machinima, there's enough like depth in the game engine that you can explore and play around with a lot of different things. But again, there's still limitations, or just things in the environment that are going to spark ideas for you to play off of and things like that. And I love that element of machinima. So, but it also makes it confusing. You know, it's like how much of what that video I just watched was in the game engine, how much of it was handcrafted by the creator, and if so, like what did they use to get there and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned MGS2, because the MGS2 complete game was recently leaked onto some website, like some kind of modding website. And so players were able to download it, and they were able to play the part where, you know, at the tanker part where Snake is running away from waves. Obviously, in the main game, we don't ever do that, because that's part of the CG scene. But it turns out it's actually in the game. And because it had to be in the game because it gets shown in a clip scene later on towards the end of the game when Snake's trying to explain about the Patriots. And it's just like, oh, well. So people were able to find those data mines, and it's like, oh, we can now do that. So, that would be so cool. It was like, even for Machinima vibes, it's like Snake finally undoes that thing, and then he has to run away because of the waves to come through. It's like, oh fuck.
Yeah, I've always found it interesting that like, especially during like the PS3, Xbox 360 era, games started allowing you to like turn off like elements of the soundtrack and things like that. You can shut off just the music or just the voices, and I always wondered why. So weird. Like it's almost like they're trying to accommodate machinima makers because literally who else would give a shit? You know what I mean? It's such a weird thing, but I really appreciated when they did that because it makes your life so much easier as a creator when you don't when you can just use the sound effects within the engine rather than having to go in and do every little sound effect one by one. That's such a bitch. So there's that, and like back in the day, Halo 3 came out and it had a machinima engine almost built into it where it's like you had a full manipulatable camera that you can move throughout the environment and set, and then you could, you've got your camera and then you can go and you can play, you hit record and then move around as the characters and stuff like that. I love that, and I really wish that had taken off into other games, but as far as I know, that's literally the only game that ever did that. But I feel like that was also right around the time where machinima, like the brand, was ruining everything. So it just, if that had happened earlier, I feel like it could have turned into something. It was just a victim of bad timing. But I would really like to see more tools like that. And there are, third-party tools out there, primarily mods, that will give you more control within a game engine, which I think is really cool. And you're going to see some of that in season 2 of Duel, where I'm being more creative than I've ever been before. So hopefully that'll be appreciated. And it just allowed me as a creator to do a lot more interesting things and give more control to me. And I'm hoping that going forward, I'm able to do that more consistently. But again, you're limited to what the game is going to allow you to do and what mods are available and things like that. So but that's part of the charm, If there's restrictions, like you can't just be like, oh, well, I'm not going to do that. You should embrace that and just be like, okay, well, these restrictions are going to challenge me to be innovative and come up with ways to, find a way to implement my idea, or, you have to just kind of adapt and scrap your idea and turn it into something completely different that you can bounce off of what's available to you. And I love that. That's something that I always do. Like I change my process a little bit from project to project, but something that I always do and will always do is play off of what, like, I'm always looking for toys,
Yeah.
Like I'm always going to be looking for, excuse me. I'm always going to be looking for
toys,
items in the, no, items within the environment, or glitches, or some kind of fun, silly thing that I can do a thing with. And I'm going to write an idea based on that item or that mechanic or that thing. And I love that about making machinima, is because like there's no other filmmaking alternative to that. Like you're creating everything from scratch unless you're doing machinima, really, because it gives you these pre-existing things that challenge you to kind of, it's like, hey, come do something with me. You know what I mean? Like it's the only medium that does that, and I love that.
I mean, there is a particular thing I really want to learn from you, Sean, and it's particularly when I can see it when you do the donation videos, when Leon throws something. Like, how the fuck did you do that thing? Because I've been trying to mess around with tracking. I only just managed to get tracking done for the bit in Dino Super Crisis where Dylan's head is like floating in the teleportation kind of thing. And it's just like, I don't remember how I did that in the first place. I'm just glad I saved it and I kept the video footage. I'm like, good. Like, how do you do that?
Yeah, and
how do you throw an axe?
I noticed you also like put the knife in the dinosaur's head. I mean, I think it was a still, so you didn't have to do any
Yeah,
kind of
that one.
tracking or anything. But still, that's where it starts. You know, it's like let me put this thing in, and then that turns into like, well, how do I move it? And you know, it kind of grows into something more. And yeah, it's a bitch to do that. It's you're literally creating animation, and again, it's cool because it's that kind of animation is built off of a lot of restrictions. So again, it kind of challenges you to like adapt to it and figure out how you can manipulate the limitations of that. Because literally, I do it all in GIMP, which is you know basically a Photoshop, and Power Director, which is the video editor, and it's literally just frame by frame animation. So you're taking your item and you're rotating it or zooming it in or out, and you're going in frame by frame and bit by bit. You're just moving it a frame, moving it a frame, turning it a frame, moving it a frame. It's a bitch, but it gets you there. And the more you do it, the quicker it becomes, and the more you can kind of play around with it.
I think the closest I've gotten to that is I kind of kicked myself because I asked you to help me do it. But the bit in Dino Super Crisis where I had Dr. Kirk hold a snake gun in front of Regina, and he's just like, wait a minute, that's not a gun. And it's like, I had to crop and have stills and like make sure it's the snake gun right. And it was only like 10, 15 seconds long. But I had to make sure the snake gun was in position with every single mini scene. And I think that came out really well. And I was like,
yeah,
God damn it.
Yeah, I couldn't tell. It looked completely clean. You did a good job with it. And yeah, that's all it is. But yeah, you think it's like, oh, it's like a 5 second scene. But if you think about it, you know, it's 30 to 60 frames a second. So like, yeah, maybe it's only 5 seconds, but you're manipulating like hundreds of images to do that. So it can be tough. And Power Director does kind of give you some cheats where you can do like an arc.
Like yeah.
So it'll
Or a
kind of
mask.
fill in some of those animations, so you don't have to do every one of those 30 frames, unless you're doing something really tricky. But yeah, it'll be fun to talk about season 2 of Duel because I'm doing a lot of like really cool things like that, and it's like every time I do it, I feel like it comes across a lot smoother and more natural, and I'm getting to the point where I think it's looking more and more just like a natural animation. It pops a little bit, and that's always going to be the case because you're dealing with, you know, layers of different resolutions, you know, and when you cut an image, there's always going to be a sharpness that'll make it pop a little bit like that. And I know there's ways to kind of feather that and make it look more natural, but you know, there's only so much you can do if you don't want this project to take fucking a lifetime to put together. But like these are just kind of like the little things you learn the more you do it. And then it just kind of looks better as you go. But yeah, if you ever want to learn any of the things that I do, just let me know. And I'm more than happy to kind of go through it with you. And a lot of it, again, is just, you know, doing it yourself and working at it and repetition and trial and error that gets you into your own unique comfortability with each tool. Because I don't know, for me, I think self-learning is one of the best ways to learn because like it's harder to forget when you're doing it all on your own. If somebody just kind of tells you something, it doesn't stick as well as if you just go and have to figure it out, you know, like it sticks with you because it was more of an ordeal. But if somebody just kind of gives it to you and he's like, hey, this is how you do it, it's like maybe it's easy to do it the first time, but when you try to go and do it again and you're trying to remember what they told you, it doesn't stick, or you know, it's just it's limited to what you were told. But when you go and you're learning and you're figuring out what works and doesn't work, not only does it stick with you, but you also learn all these little like ins and outs and things that you can make it look a little bit better.
Well, hello, Jazz.
Jazz, she's alive. How are you feeling? Yeah. Yeah, you were doing some of that stuff too, Jazz. Like that looked really good too. Like both of you guys are getting it already, even without me. But yeah, if you guys need help, I'm definitely more than happy to do it. And hopefully you guys will like what I'm doing with season 2, that you'll you'll want to know more about it and learn some of those techniques. Because doing things like that, like this is something that's kind of newer in terms of creating content for me personally, is implementing like handcrafted or third-party assets into the game, like we've been talking about, and manipulating them into the game engine, because that gives you just, again, more tools to play off of. It's like there could be a thing in the game environment that makes you think of an idea that doesn't work without something else. So, but like once you get comfortable enough, you can make that happen where it's like, oh shit, that'd be funny, but I don't have this thing. So let me go make that thing, or let me go find that thing on the internet. And then I can put that in and I can manipulate it to make that idea work. And that just opens up so many doors for creative avenues to just do more jokes and just make it more uniquely yours. And I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Oh no,
hopefully.
Did you puke, Jazz? Oh no.
Did it go everywhere? Oh God, it's everywhere. I'm sorry about that, babe. I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm just like...
And it's kind of a double-edged sword for me too, because like I've adopted these new building creation techniques like in a big way, in addition to expanding like the length and the scope of the project. Like I'm doing so many new things simultaneously that it's kind of biting me in the ass. Because, and another thing too, like a big factor of why things are taking so long with season 2 is that like I'm very aware of my shortcomings in the first season of my earlier work, where it's like there's so many elements that just kind of eat at me, and I take that with me on my next project, where it's like dead time or boring scenes. So like I've been hyper aware of that. So like with season 2, it's just like it's almost nonstop dialogue. If there's not like a gag or a bit happening, there's dialogue. So and to put that into perspective, like, a 20 to 30 minute video of constant dialogue is a fucking ordeal, like on multiple levels, because you're talking about writing and making it make sense and voice acting. And I have to record all this dialogue before the actor can do it, because I have to work out lip sync and spacing and timing. And so it's like when you're talking about constant fucking dialogue for 20 minutes, it doesn't seem like that, like it's a lot from a viewer perspective, but goddamn, as a creator, that is a lot of work. And, I think it's coming along great. And I feel like it's going to, it's going to make a much better experience for the viewer, but it is really creating a lot more work than I thought, but I'm happy to do it.
If only it was an old PS1 game, then you didn't have to worry about it so much.
Yeah, right. I was kind of envious of you.
Choose the...
Yeah, like when I'm watching Dino Stupid Crisis and seeing like, you just kind of get to do whatever the fuck you want. I'm just like, God damn it. Yeah, and when you see it, you'll understand like it's even worse than I'm making it out to be. But yeah, like in a good way. It's a lot of additional steps, but I think it's worth it. I hope you guys think so too. I'm excited to get it out. I want to talk about it so much. And it's like every day that itch gets worse, because it's like I'll do a new thing and it's all like stacking up. It's like I've done like 20 things I want to show everybody and I can't, and I don't even want to talk about it. Like I've even kind of been fighting with myself in terms of like, it'd be cool to do a trailer to kind of build up some hype, but at the same time, like there's a lot of things going on in that I don't want spoiled until you see it happen. I've kind of created some moments in there where it's like I'm hoping it'll come off as like a oh shit moment of like, oh fuck, I didn't expect that to happen, and I don't want to spoil any of that with a trailer, but I want to make a trailer, so I don't know.
I mean, maybe you can, and then just keep it for exclusives for the Patreon kind of side. You never know.
Yeah, I was thinking about too, like for a Patreon or a membership thing. I thought it would be kind of interesting, since I'm doing it anyway. I could release the versions that are like all me, where I do like the different voices and stuff like that. It might be fun to see like an alternate version. So maybe I'll do that down the road too.
Have you got a shepherd voice?
Well, right. If I did that, I'd probably do a second pass over it, because like my temporary recordings are it's very rough because like it depends on my mood because I'm recording so much dialogue across so many different sessions. It fluctuates based on my mood. So it's like sometimes I sound tired, sometimes I sound like I don't give a shit, sometimes I'm high energy, and sometimes I'll like go into character voices and sometimes I won't. So it's kind of all over the place because I literally just need the core elements of the performance, like the tone of the delivery of the line and the length. So like I don't want to spend too much time in that because it's all going to go away, you know, at the end of the day. So it really depends on my mood. But if I were to release like a alternate version that's just like all me doing the voices, I'd probably do a second pass of like me kind of doing a bunch of characters and stuff like that, like all like the whole way through. But we'll see. That's a lot of extra work, and I need to like if I want to do projects after season 2, that's something I have to consider. You know, do I want to go through like 10 hours of this show and redubbing it? Like that'd be cool, but might be better idea to move on to the next project. So I don't know. I'm struggling with a lot of thoughts these days because there's so much I want to make and so many different things that I want to do, but we'll see. But yes, thank you so much for the 20. Holy shit. Really appreciate that, survival horror fan. Who would you like to see murder? Everybody? We could do that.
Yeah.
You know what that means, Alec.
No, I do not know.
Does Pikachu know?
He's still dead.
That's fair. Well, you got to bring him back to life so he can die again. That's only right. There you go. All right, let's do it.
Killing spree.
Hiya! Wait! Watch this!
God damn it.
No! How is this possible?
Wow. Thanks.
Pikachu's dead again. How
why?
dare you?
Oh, there we go.
The WardCast became another victim. He killed the stream.
Oh God. We need new ones. I need to make new ones.
I mean, Jad just volunteered herself to get murdered. So.
Murder you? I mean, I do have a picture of you that I could turn into one of those. I could do it.
And just have me in the background stuck in the table.
Oh my, Alec! No.
Oh no. Okay.
Excited, very excited for Machinima things. Going back to the roots of what this channel is. Excited.
Yeah. All right. Shall we read some com-coms?
Yeah, let's do that and we'll wrap up.
I found the old one.
Yeah, I was gonna say what.
All right, so the video source from Resident Evil Days Are Alive, episode 1, part 1. Comment 1 from Lyristic Sigma Lysyric. I don't know. It's there. The shitty quality mic and the capture card is perfect. This brings back memories. Question 1. Do you remember what stuff you first had when you first made Duel?
Nothing. I mean, I've talked about this before, but I literally didn't even have the means to capture. And I'm not even entirely sure. I can't remember. Adam, who voiced Luis, he must have had a capture card himself, or he knew somebody that had a capture card because he was the one that was getting me the footage. But at that point, like, I was just like happy to get footage. So like, I wasn't asking for anything specific because I didn't even really understand like what the fuck that meant. I'm just like, I need footage of going through the game. Like, I didn't know that I would even have control of like, oh, go over here, go do this, da, da, da. So it was just like, I was just kind of limited to whatever he was able to give me, however he was getting it. And then I would take what he gave me and, you know, just kind of go off of that. So it was like really restricted. And then I was using Windows Movie Maker, which came with a whole bunch of additional limitations and piss poor quality attached to it. And I didn't understand, like, actually, I don't even know if I had the ability to change the resolution or zoom in or zoom out on Windows Movie Maker. I don't think you could even do that. If you could, I didn't know how. Which is why a lot of
Yeah.
times you would see like that big black border, and sometimes that border would be bigger or smaller depending on the episode, because like it just depended on what footage I could either find or that was given to me, and I would just have to use that as is because I didn't know how to do anything additional, or I didn't have the ability to do so, maybe a combination. And my microphone was, it had to be the shittiest microphone on the fucking planet. It was literally, and what's crazy is I remember like my initial run of like going through like trying to upgrade my mics, and like the first two or three of them that I bought after my initial mic were fucking, they sounded worse somehow. Like I'm using this shitty mic that I think came with my PC. It was literally, I'll never forget it because it was so shit. It was literally just like a USB cable with like a little square plastic dongle with like holes in it. That was the mic.
Wow.
It was garbage. So my thought process was like, whatever mic I buy next has to be better than this. Turns out, nope. I literally had to go through several before I actually got an upgrade. But yeah, it was really shit. It was really bad.
All right. Question 2. Do you think when you eventually did update your equipment, you somehow lost some of the magic of the, I don't know, I guess the other older videos?
I mean, I that's something I still kind of struggle with, is like kind of the idea of like over polish. Because I know, at least for the people that have been watching it from the beginning, there is that element of like nostalgia for like the shittiness. It's like, oh, it's so bad, and it adds to the humor because it's so bad. And I appreciate that, but like I need to make it look better to make, I don't know, like as a viewer watching my own content, I cringe at any time there's bad quality, and I will always try to make it better, even if it does kind of chop away a little bit at that kind of charm. I would personally challenge myself to just be better at writing and performance, to be funny that way, than rely on like, this is so bad it's funny kind of a thing. Um, but I know like when I did the remaster of episode 1, some people were kind of upset about that a little bit, because there is an element of charm that goes away because of that so bad it's good kind of a thing. But I feel like it's a good trade-off to just, you know, make it look as good, make it be as quality as you can make it, and just challenge yourself to be funnier in other ways where you can kind of do both, for me.
Yeah.
I'm curious, like, what
guess
do you think, Alec? Because you're kind of both, you're, because you make your own content, and you are also, you came into this as a fan of Duel, so like you kind of see both sides of that. So like, what
Yeah.
would your personal perspective of that be? Like, would you rather, as a viewer, keep the cringy bad quality, or like, do you appreciate the quality?
I kind of think of it this way. The perfect example for me, I know I keep talking about it, but it's just because it's done recently, and it was one of the original projects. But Dino Shipping Crashes, the first one I did, I got my brother to play the game. I recorded it onto a DVD thing, copied the DVD onto my PC, used Windows Movie Maker to do what I can with it, and obviously I came up with a script and stuff, but it was the magic of having the voice actors. It's like, yes, I gave them the overall kind of jokes, but then they kind of took it to their own level. They showed their own their own special things into it. It was like, I think I asked Gail's voice actor and Shayla, I asked her to sing some songs just to kill the filler in between where there's nothing going on. So when I hear Shayla doing, what was it, well, a thrill and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, okay, so it just makes me go back to that. But I think the beauty of having the old original stuff is that, yes, you can still go, okay, this is where I've come from. This is where I am. This is where I'm at now. And the beauty of having the original stuff is that you could still copy the jokes from there and bring it into the new stuff. And it's like, I don't know, 3 or 4 months ago, we were watching the old episodes of Dino Supercrosses. And I was just hating myself because, the background audio was like, it's not a knock on any of the voice actors. Not a knock on them at all. They did a fantastic job. It's just, it's a knock on me because I didn't think about the background noise in any of the clips. So it has its, I think the OG has its place, but if you're going to go from it, you have to go with the new ones. So yeah, it has its place.
Yeah, I agree.
And I like the comment from this commentator is like, the comment is like pointing out, yes, there is a shitty quality mic and capture card back in the day, but it's not hateful. It's not a hate comment. It's like, brings back good memories. So
Yeah, I don't take that as like a knock or anything like that, because I totally, I mean, there's shitty old ass YouTube videos that I watched that if they had been redone and lost some of that shit, like if it's like 2000 or like late 90s camera quality, like desktop webcam quality, like that had a feel, like
yep,
it means something to you. And it's just like there's like videos that have like screaming and it's so loud that it fucking peaks and distorts, and like that was part of the funniness, that was part of what made it funny and had its charm. So like if you remove that, like I get it, it would change it, it wouldn't feel the same. But as a creator, I don't think it's not good for you to think that. Like you don't want to like put yourself in a box and just stay there. You want to be better every time you make something. You want to grow and like every time you watch your videos, you're like, oh, that sucks. Like it's not, it's a double-edged sword where like you want to criticize yourself and challenge yourself, but you don't want to just shit on yourself either. You want to appreciate the things that you feel like you did well, and then recognize the things that have opportunity. And for better or worse, you kind of have to leave those behind for the sake of growing and making it better going forward. Because like you could theoretically just be like, okay, well, I'm just going to forever use Windows Movie Maker to keep that tone, and it could work. But I feel like you're going to end up with something far superior if you don't have that mentality. If you're like, let's upgrade our tools, let's get better mics, let's get better capture software, let's use a better video editor. Like the trade-offs are far greater than what you lose in the shittiness, like in my opinion.
That's giving me a bit of a silly machinima challenge idea.
Like make an old era machinima.
Use Windows Movie Maker. Use a shitty mic. It's like see what you can come up with.
Just like go on eBay and buy the worst possible equipment you can get.
It's like you have all these guards and all that. Just take that all away and then.
Yeah, that could be fun.
Yeah. All right, we'll move on to the second comment. Ace is high, juice is low. I think that's the username. Commented, I remember watching this back in 2008 because I was looking for a video walkthrough for RE4. I think the video I watched was a re-upload by someone else because it was actually titled Days of Our Lives Resident Evil. So I'm happy to be watching the OG. So question 3. How did it feel to have a bunch of copycat channels uploading your Days of Our Lives?
It's funny because my opinion on that has changed because initially it made me really upset. Like it made me really angry that people were stealing my shit and like getting like recognized for something that, I made. But like I kind of wish that I hadn't, like, I mean, when I came back, like, I don't even know at this, like 7 years ago or whatever the fuck it was at this point. But when I made my comeback, one of the first things I did was I shut all those channels down because like the way that I was looking at it was like, you know, when I upload my next video, like they're probably going to steal it and re-upload it on theirs, and they're not going to know that I made it. No one's going to come to my channel to watch the stuff that I work hard at making. They're just going to go watch it somewhere else, and I didn't like that idea. So like I immediately shut all those other channels down, and I feel like it probably would have been better to just talk to them and be like, hey, just don't take the new shit, credit me, redirect them my way. That way those little pockets of communities that have been watching on those different channels would actually compliment me. Like as new content would come, they would kind of funnel my direction, and like it just kind of would have worked perfectly. But I was blinded by like, I got to get rid of these fucking people. They're stealing my shit. I wish I would have taken a step back and kind of looked at it a little bit more critically. Especially now with like the algorithm, it's so hard to find things on YouTube. Like if I had those little kind of tendrils out there, kind of bringing people back, like that would have been way, way better of me to do. And I probably came off as like I tried to be respectful about it, like I wasn't a dickhead. Like I wasn't contacting them saying like, hey, fuck you, you piece of shit, you're stealing my stuff. I was respectful about it, not when I asked them to shut it down. But at the end of the day, they were probably annoyed that, like a creator that they probably liked, was coming to them and telling them to shut down their channel or whatever. I mean, not shut down their channel, but remove the content. But yeah, I don't know. I wish I would have done it a little bit differently.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Question 4. How far would people get if they watched Duel and used it as a walkthrough? So, like, they're playing Resident Evil 4 and they're watching Duel. Like,
gangster face, bitch. Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. That's a good question. I wonder why it would even come up. Because like it's not like I ever put walkthrough, or I don't even like I never even tagged anything. I mean, shit, I wasn't even on YouTube till like way after the fact. Oh, maybe that's it. Maybe the re-uploaders put like gameplay or walkthrough or something in the description, so that kind of associated it to that, because like that's not something that I would ever put in the descriptor because it's just not accurate. But that's funny. It would be funny to Google like some kind of a walkthrough and just get this random fucking parody video.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of like, when I read the comment, I was like, oh, it's been a while since I played RE4 OG. I wonder how far I could go. Turning off, like, I know where to go vaguely, but like just watching Duel, I'm like, how far could you go? Could I get the same animation, the same perfect timing of when Leon shoots a barrel and then you're gonna go there?
That'd be funny.
God, can you imagine if you ever get a recording of that?
I'm no survival horror fan. I gotta shut you down. How could you? That's funny. It still exists. That it's still out there. But how could you watch it on somebody else's channel? That's so fucked up. How dare you? You're canceled forever.
I mean, you came to the right place eventually.
Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. Watch it where you watch it. Just make sure you come back home is all.
Being by 10.
So Ari Kitten mentioned that she had watched like a full upload of the entire series at the time, and yeah, like stuff like that, it's kind of hard to argue because like since I wasn't on YouTube, I didn't have that on offer, so somebody was scratching that itch, and I mean it wasn't me, so like that's fair. But I think that was the one that did it. If it's the one that I'm thinking of, it had, what really annoyed me is that it had like, it was near 1 million views, and I'm like, you son of a bitch. Like that is a lot of views, and I want those views. So like that's kind of what sparked that, like I gotta shut it all down because like that should be me, a little bit of jealousy, I guess. But yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think this has been a very slightly different episode, but very informative and interesting.
Yeah, it was a good one. We got to talk machinima, which always makes me happy. I'm excited for the machinima future, and I hope everybody else is too, because it's going to be fun.
Got a question for the ward? Leave it in the comments or just join us in the Discord. Loved.
There you go. There you go. See, and Jazz learned to shoot the barrel. It is a tutorial. See? Full circle. This has been episode 332. Thanks for joining us, everybody. If you enjoy the podcast or any of the content at The Ward, please consider helping us grow by sharing our content, liking the video, and subscribing. You can support us through patreon.com/thewardproductions for access to exclusive content, or you can support us right here on YouTube with super chats and memberships. But you know what? We appreciate you no matter what. Watching, sharing, supporting. It's all much appreciated. Sticking around for 15 years, if that's you. I appreciate that. Have a great week, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.